Brother, let me tell you the truth right from the start. Your focus isn't broken. Your mind isn't weak. You're just drowning in a world that is designed to steal your attention every single minute. And unless you understand how to protect it with a real system, you will keep wondering why everyone else seems to move forward while you stay stuck in the same place. There's a simple three-phase formula that transforms your ability to focus and enter deep work on command. And before I break it down, I want you to hear this tiny story that might sound exactly like your life. A friend of mine wanted to build an online business, but every time he sat down to work, he would scroll, check notifications, switch to YouTube, jump to random thoughts, and convince himself he would start later, and days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Until one night, he told me he couldn't understand why he never made progress. And brother, the truth was simple. His environment controlled him more than his goals ever could. When he applied this three-phase formula, everything changed. And the first thing he realized was this: focus is never about trying harder. It is about removing the enemies before you start. Because your brain cannot fight a battle you're setting up to lose. So the first phase is elimination. And this means you take 2 minutes before you start any session and you remove every distraction. In your reach, you silence the phone, you clear the desk, you close irrelevant tabs, and you prepare your environment to support the focus you want, not sabotage it. Then comes the second phase, which is activation. And this is where most people fail because they wait for motivation. But deep work isn't built on motivation, it's built on momentum. So you use the 1-minute ignition rule, where you start with a ridiculously small action, like writing the first sentence, opening the document, outlining 3 bullet points, or solving the first tiny problem. Because once your brain gets a small win, it naturally wants the next one, and that's how you enter the zone. And then there's the final phase, which is amplification. This is where you turn normal focus into unstoppable deep work. And the key here is to work in a protected window where nothing and no one gets your attention. You set a timer for 25 to 40 minutes. You commit fully to the task. You stay inside that container until it ends. And once you complete it, you give yourself a micro reward, like standing up, stretching, walking for a minute, or drinking water. And this small rhythm tells your brain that deep work is safe, rewarding, and repeatable. Brother, when my friend finally used this system, he finished in 2 weeks the work he had been postponing for 6 months. And he told me something that hit hard. He said focus was never the problem was the way he approached it. So brother, listen carefully. If you want unstoppable focus, you don't need to wait for the perfect morning, the perfect mood, the perfect silence, or the perfect energy. You need a repeatable system that works even on your worst days. Eliminate the distractions. Activate momentum with a tiny action. Amplify your work inside a protected window, and your mind will start obeying your goals instead of your impulses. And if you want more raw, real practical scripts like this to upgrade your discipline, sharpen your focus, and build a stronger mind every day, make sure you join me on Movti Prime, because this is only the beginning of the person you re-becoming.